They really are setting the tone. And speaking of setting the tone, man, life after Tom is taking a whole new approach because Tampa set the tone week 1 against the Vikings, who are also in that division, with the Lions. Yeah, you failed to mention them, and I see why.
There's a reason
Because
why I
they
don't
failed
mention
to
the
show up
Vikings.
week 1. Yeah, they failed to show up week 1, so I see why you definitely failed to mention them. So that was justice on your part. But as far as life after Tom, man, it's interesting to see what the defense was able to do because I don't really think Baker did too much. They're matched up with the Browns I'm sorry, the Bears this week, so that'll be a very interesting matchup with Justin Fields and Baker. I'm curious to see if the Bucks can go 2-0 to start this season. But for some reason, I wanna believe the Bears can come in there and win this game.
I mean, you gotta look at what weapons Baker Mayfield has. He has Mike Evans. He's got Rashad White. There's Mike Evans
Godwin
and Chris
healthy?
Godwin. Godwin is healthy. He had 5 receptions for 51 yards last game against the Vikings. So, and the Vikings, they're not slouches on defense. Obviously, they're not one of the better units,
Vikings
but
definitely slouches on defense. They are some.
man, I was trying to give him a little bit more credit because I didn't mention him in the NFC North conversation. But my true feelings are that Justin Jefferson needs to get out of there. You could see it in his face. He understands the predicament that he is in right now. But I mean, life after Tom Brady, we're seeing it right now with New England. They really have not returned back to the promised land or any sort of form without Tom Brady. The same is going to be the case for the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, for what it is, he's a journeyman. He helped the Rams sneak a game or two last year, but Tampa Bay, they're not. The NFC South, as I said last season, week in and week out, they're one of my least favorite divisions to talk about, and rightfully so. There's nothing in Tampa Bay going on. I mean, they're next to Orlando that has Disney World, so let's pack up our bags. Teams should pack up their bags and maybe hit Disney World because it's going to be a decently long season for Tampa Bay. There's nothing really out there. What's out there? You got ships, you got cannons. I guess you do have 2 Super Bowls, but current day, I guess you have Antoine Winfield Jr., solid lockdown corner, if he wants. You got Devin White, but there's not really too much that's going to change the game, for them. It's
They
good
still
what it
got
is,
they
Minnesota.
still have Mike Evans for this last year unless they trade him.
If I were Mike Evans, I would ask for a trade because
Well, he's been asking for the trade. They just haven't found it.
I mean, they're not going to get that. You're not going to get enough value that they're going to want to take that trade. Teams have definitely offered. They're just not offering enough value. And nigga, what? Mike Evans is pushing 30.
Thing about Evans is whoever trades for them is also going to have to sign him. He's reaching the end of his recent 5-year deal, so effectively that team would probably be because if you give capital to get him, you'd have him for the rest of the season. You don't have him after that. You'd have to sign him to make it worth it. So I think teams are kind of debating what type of new money they want to put towards an Evans contract. So that's really the stipulation. Like if he was under contract already, I think this would be probably a done deal. However, he's not. So there's that.
I mean, you could do a little trial run, especially for a contender. If he wants to play for a Super Bowl or another Super Bowl, get a quick run out of him. It's like a rental car.
Yeah, I don't think he'd give up capital just to do that.
Where would you send? Like, I don't even know where you would send him.
You definitely have to go to a contender. Somebody that's receiver away. I mean, I think about honestly, probably like the Giants. Like they probably need a receiver like him. I mean, the guys they have,
we'll get into that later.
That team is like Saquon and like a bag of sticks. Like they just
they acquired Darren Waller. They just got to figure
Darren
out
Waller, but Darren Waller plays tight end. Not saying he can't be that elite pass catcher in that offense, but Daniel Jones probably needs a true number one. I would think New England would want something like that, but they seem to get around with their group of receivers that they use. But I would think the Giants would be a team with them.
Who? Mac Jones.
Yeah, that man threw crazy on the Eagles.
I'm playing with Mac.
Yeah,
that boy's
Daniel
I don't know if the Eagles defense is just bad. I don't know if the Eagles defense
He said
is
who?
bad, or the new
Mac
offensive coordinator
Jones
is that good for New England. So one of the two. It might be both.
They just play fundamental ball. It's like that one team that ain't really got anything to really offer, but they play so well together that they manage to win games.
Who?
And
They lost. They lost the game.
well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean in that aspect. I know they lost, but it's more so the fact of the saying is like the winning demeanor that a team could bring when they have it for the fundamental aspect of that team. So it's more so just understanding that aspect. But I see the vision, just don't see the development anytime soon.